Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're discussing a recent news in Singapore and Malaysia. Malaysia requests Singapore to build a second RTS link between Johor Bahru and Singapore. At first glance, this sounds good. Less traffic, smoother travel, and more connectivity. But is it really a win for both sides? Or is this project benefiting Malaysia far more than Singapore? Stick around as we unpack the reality of this mega project. Before we dive into the details, let's quickly recap what the RTS, Rapid Transit System, is all about. Currently, there's an RTS link under construction at Woodlands, which will connect Bukit Cagar and Johor Bahru with Singapore. But now, Johor is pushing for a second RTS link, this time between Iskandar Puteri and Tuas in Singapore. Every day, thousands of Malaysians commute to Singapore via the causeway and Tuas' second link, dealing with long queues, traffic jams, and delays. For these workers, a second RTS link could be a game-changer. Johor's Chief Minister, Hafiz Ghazi, backed by Johor's Crown Prince, has formally proposed the RTS-2. The idea is simple: create a faster, more reliable link between Iskandar Puteri and Tuas, easing congestion and boosting the local economy. Sounds great, right? But there's a catch. Let's look deeper. Johor's real motivation isn't just about easing commutes. The Iskandar Puteri area, home to Forest City, Legoland, and Puteri Harbor, is in need of a major boost. Despite being marketed as a $100 billion eco-metropolis, Forest City remains largely empty. By linking it directly to Singapore with RTS-2, Johor hopes to revitalize its real estate market, attract investors, and increase land values. Malaysia sees RTS-2 as a means to rescue stalled developments. The first RTS project at Bukit Cagar drove up property prices in Johor Bahru. Johor hopes the second RTS will do the same for Iskandar Puteri and Forest City. But for Singapore, this seems like a one-sided deal. Now let's talk about why Singapore might not be as keen on this second rail link. The RTS-2 would terminate at Tuas, an industrial zone far from where most Singaporeans live. Unlike the Woodlands RTS, which connects to the busiest checkpoint in Singapore's MRT network, Tuas is located at the far end of the east-west MRT line, making it inconvenient for Singaporean commuters. Reaching Tuas requires a journey of nearly 10 kilometers from the nearest housing estates. The second RTS would only serve a fraction of the demand compared to the Woodlands RTS, which connects directly to Singapore's dense MRT grid. Another issue is last-mile connectivity. For any transit system to work, commuters need to easily get to the station. On the Malaysian side, Iskandar Puteri is designed for private transport, not public transit. Although there's talk of an autonomous rail rapid transit ART to link Iskandar Puteri with the RTS-2 station, the details remain unclear. If the ART system isn't properly integrated with the RTS-2, this could become a problem. On the Singapore side, Tuas isn't well connected either. There's limited MRT access, and reaching Tuas Link Station requires a long, inconvenient journey. So, why would Singapore commit to a project that benefits Malaysia far more than itself? The financial risks are enormous. Building the first RTS cost about Singapore $2.9 billion, with Singapore shouldering 61% of the bill. Would Singapore agree to fund another rail line at Tuas, which carries fewer passengers and offers little benefit to Singaporean commuters? And there's the political risk. History has shown that cross-border projects between Malaysia and Singapore can easily fall apart due to changing political priorities. The high-speed rail project between Kuala Lumpur and Singapore was scrapped after billions were spent on studies. RTS itself was delayed for years due to cost disputes and leadership changes in Malaysia. Despite all these risks, Singapore might still keep RTS-2 on the table. Why? Diplomacy. If Singapore rejects the proposal outright, it could sour relations with Malaysia, especially with Johor, where many Singaporeans invest and do business. By maintaining dialogue, Singapore keeps political relations warm, signaling goodwill. RTS-2 could also be used as a bargaining chip in future negotiations on other projects like water agreements or port development. So, should Singapore build a second RTS link with Malaysia? While the project could benefit Johor, the financial, political, and logistical risks make it a difficult sell for Singapore. Despite this, Singapore may still keep it in play to maintain diplomatic leverage. It's a fine balance between cooperation and protecting national interests. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on topics like this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Should Singapore go ahead with RTS too? See you in the next video.